theory is that these are all Mexican nationals. The reality is they come from just about every country in the world, and we've got that data. One of the things we promised is that we would create an ad hoc committee. That ad hoc committee is made up of members of Los Amigos through the Sheriff's Community Coalition. That data is fully available to everybody in the community to look at who we're arresting, why we're arresting them. About 2/3 of the people we're arresting are felons. About 1/3 of the folks that we're arresting are misdemeanors. But I want to be real clear, they're not people with traffic tickets. These are people that have had a drunk driving or a significant misdemeanor to get them to the point where they're arrested and booked into my jail. We do not book people into my jail for traffic tickets. So the situation with the guy riding a bicycle in Costa Mesa and getting picked up, we are not Costa Mesa. For the Orange County Sheriff's Department, we book people in the jail for misdemeanors and felonies. And I'd make the same argument that if you get booked in as, if you're drunk driving and you get booked into my jail and you're undocumented, you're probably not the type of person that we want in our communities to start with, because moving a 5,000-pound car down the road and having the potential of killing somebody is just as dangerous as beating a woman in a domestic violence issue. And you know, for me, I don't differentiate between those two.
Mike, thank you very much. Anybody have any?
I have a question.
Keep it short and sweet and to the point, okay? Because we have a long agenda. So, please.
Sheriff Carona, with all due respect, we've been very concerned about what is happening in Santa Ana for the last few weeks. I especially was present myself on the race that happened about 3-4 weeks ago. And unfortunately, the trauma that your officers and ICE officers put on the little children, that they have nothing to do with this, you know, is way overwhelming. That's a criminal offense against these kids on itself. I want to prevent that. You know, I want to do something about it. I want to see if your officers, somehow they can get these people on the streets. I don't agree with the officers jumping, breaking doors, going into the residence of these innocent kids. I want to prevent that. Tell me, how can we do and agree to do something?
Can you share the question?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. First of all, we weren't doing raids with ICE on immigration. The deputy sheriffs that were involved in this were working arrest warrants. And while I don't want to take all the time explaining that as the Sheriff's Department, one component of the Sheriff's Department is we are the largest depository of all arrest warrants, felony and misdemeanor arrest warrants in the county of Orange. And we have teams of deputy sheriffs that their full-time responsibility is to go out and find people who we have warrants for arrest. We work with a lot of other agencies when we're doing those. We work with the U.S. Marshal Service, we work with local law enforcement agencies, we work with the FBI, we work with Immigration Customs Enforcement. But we're not out there on immigration raids. We're out there arresting people who are already targeted because they've been identified as somebody who's committed a crime and failed to show up, and there's a warrant out for their arrest. So we're not going in to...
No, the question was how we can prevent to do this damage to the kids. You know, that's
I understand the question.
That's a real terrorism to the kids, you know. I really don't want to see that anymore.
Luis, let me pose the question. Let me pose the question a little different. And I know this has been discussed on one of our last meetings. Right now, when ICE folks, they want to come in and essentially exercise the warrant for someone who either did not appear to an INS hearing or there's a history of criminal. So they have a specific warrant for individuals in our community, correct? And then they call you and say, hey, why don't you come along with us, and so we can essentially enforce this, correct?
No.
They notify you, right?
No. What happens is we have warrants in our system. And we have a warrant for, just by way of discussion, Alfredo Amezcua. And
I do have one,
so we have a warrant in our system for Alfredo. And what we've now done is we've given our databases to organizations like probation, like the FBI, like the U.S. Marshal Service, like Immigration Customs Enforcement. Do you also have any warrants? Are you looking for this person? Do you have a match? Now we have a partnership. We both are looking for the same person for different reasons, but we're both looking for the same person. So now we utilize our resources to go after getting you, not on just the Immigration Customs Enforcement warrant, but on our warrant. So the partnership is not we're working their warrants, we're working our warrants in conjunction with them.
Let me just